Greetings, family, greetings, brothers and sisters. We're hoping that you are doing perfectly well, you are healthy, you are enjoying life, you're celebrating Africa, wherever you are. So, last year, May 2024, we saw the people of Burkina Faso deciding that enough is enough. They don't want to continue being called the government of transition, and they want their president, Ibrahim Traore, to continue. The young people saying they wanted him to continue ruling for 10 years. But there was push here, pull here, decided that they wanted him to continue for ruling for the next 5 years, after which will be eligible for, to vie in an election. Then we had problems with the president of Mali, Goita Assimi, because this guy keeps on talking about transition, and we know what happens when you call for an election. But on February 2025, we saw Niger following the steps or footsteps of Burkina Faso, in which they said that they want Abdurrahman Tiani, the president of the National Council for the Safeguarding of the Fatherland of Niger, to continue being the president for 5 years, of which after that he will vie for an election. We know the international community, especially the West, is not happy about that. But just the day before yesterday, that was Wednesday, 26th March 2025, we saw them inaugurate officially the president of Niger, Abdurrahman Tiani. And what happened? So, Abdurrahman Tiani is now president of the Republic of Niger and the general of the military. Niger is turning a new page in its history with the elevation of Brigadier General Abdurrahman Tiani to the rank of Lieutenant General and his inauguration as the President of the Republic. The solemn ceremony took place this Wednesday, March 26, 2025 in Niamey, marking a key step in the country's reconstruction. This decision is part of the recommendations from the National Conference of Refoundation, organized from February 15th to 20th, 2025, thus affirming the will of the Nigerian people to move towards the new government. You see, they had this conference on the foundation, and apart from making Abdurrahman Tiani the president of Niger for the next 5 years, they had another recommendation, which was dissolving all political parties. In Africa, like we said, democracy is very useless. And democracy only serves the West because it's a Western democracy. We had our own way of governance, our own democracy, and that is what we don't have as of today. Army General Abdurrahman Tiani, who is now the president of the Republic of Niger, signed a decree this Wednesday after his inauguration on Wednesday, March 26, 2025, ordering the dissolution of all political parties in the country. This decision is part of the resolutions adopted during the National Conference for Refoundation held last February, according to the Secretary General of the government. This measure aims to recognize the national political landscape. The dissolution comes shortly after the official inauguration of General Tiani as the President of the Republic for a 5-year transition period in accordance with the new Charter of Refoundation. The charter adopted at the National Conference replaces the previous constitution, which was, owned by those people, because he was saying that they used to come with it in their pocket from France. So it replaces the previous constitution and provides for a flexible transition adaptable to the evolution of the security situation and the agenda of the Confederation of the Alliance of the Sahel states. In addition to dissolving the political parties, President Tiani also signed a decree ordering the release of certain civilian and military prisoners. Elections in Africa spend a lot of money. Like, for just a member of parliament to go campaigning, they use millions of money. Say, we can say the $100,000s to campaign so that they can become member of parliament. So when they get there, what they do is they have to pay back what you owed them, what they paid to become. They have to pay themselves back because what they are being paid is not enough. They spend a lot of money, so they have to steal a lot of money. Corruption. This type of democracy is infiltrated by the West, especially when we talk about political parties. If the government is not rhyming with the West, they pay the political parties. We saw Rikana Chimborikwa talking about that, how USAID has been used to, destabilize governments. That's what happens. So this is very good for Niger. This is very amazing what the Council for the Safeguarding of the Fatherland has done in Niger. We appreciate you.
Yeah, I think it's a beautiful step for Niger. And as you have mentioned on Mali, Mali seems to be very scared. Well, Assimi Goïta seems to be very scared and listening to outside noises. When you see somebody panicking when it comes to democracy and transition, just because there's noise about it, it shows you that there's some voices that are also trying to influence him to try and take that kind of step. And with him firing his former prime minister, it also comes to show that he is not alone in terms of decisions, in terms of, pushing the country forward. And he does listen a lot to what others have to say about his decisions. So we really need to have him very close to these three guys before it's too late. Because if you see somebody panicking when it comes to tough decisions such as this one, it also shows you that when it comes to other decisions with regards to safeguarding the minerals, the finances, and everything that has to do with Mali, there's also some things that, there's also somewhere that he'll also be panicking. And so far, so good for Burkina and Niger. We haven't seen them a bit skeptical when taking decisions. And it comes to show you that as much as you are independent, you need also to have people so close to you to advise you, either than, listening to people who are also scared of the outside forces. And coming on the inauguration, I loved what I saw in Namibia. When President Daito was being inaugurated, it was so beautiful to see that it was just a very small, intimate event, nothing big like what we see in most African countries where resources are spent and where a lot of resources are spent on just a one-day event to inaugurate a president. We already know you are the president. Why should we now call the whole country to come and see you being inaugurated? It is a total waste of resources. And for AES, I don't want to comment about them because those ones already know where to put their money and where to spend their money. But to see Namibia following in the steps of the AES when it comes to the inauguration, that was beautiful to see and a good step forward for Namibia. And for Tiani, congratulations. General, we hope that you continue doing what is good for your country.
There's something that I noted because 2 days ago or 1 day ago, we saw Goïta Assimi, the president of Mali. He was honoring the martyrs, the people, the heroes of the country, people who died, as they say, fighting for democracy. And this guy was talking so much about democracy, and people are asking, you are military, you never came in with democracy. Why are you so much into it? Yeah. So he went to pay respects to the martyrs of democracy in Mali. But we have people like Christian Kabore, the former president of Burkina. He was there elected democratically. Even all those presidents, even Mohamed Bazoum was elected democratically. But was he for the people? No. So Mali, you need to, and I'm hoping because anytime we see Burkina and Niger do something, we know Mali is also on the way to doing the same. We are hoping that Goïta Assimi will do that.
And you won't be compromised. Brothers and sisters, let us know what you think about this in the comment section down below. If you would like to support us, we have Buy Me a Coffee link in the description box down below. Also have super thanks and super chats. We will appreciate all your support and we appreciate all those who continue to support us. Also support by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.